President Trump celebrating America's small businesses this past week, sharing this message with entrepreneurs.
As small business owners and operators, the people in this room represent the 36 million small businesses who create 40% of all economic activity in the United States. Think of that. A group of people added together. You're essentially the most important factor business-wise in the whole country.
This as U.S. employers added 115,000 jobs last month, topping expectations. The unemployment rate remained at 4.3%. Joining us now, Gene Marks, owner and operator of the Marks Group PC and a small business expert. Gene, welcome.
Mike, great to speak with you.
Is it wise for President Trump to recognize the importance of small businesses to our overall economy?
Yeah, well, it certainly is a bipartisan issue. There's not a whole lot that people in Washington can agree on nowadays, but you're not going to find many politicians who are going to come out and say, like, I am against small businesses in America, So, yeah, right. Of course, it's a great move to make. And obviously, it does make sense. Small businesses do make up between 40 and 50% of the country's GDP and employ, about half of the people in this country as well. So it's a good political move for sure.
Small businesses are expected to hire close to 1 million recent college graduates this year. The fastest growing for new grads are AI-proof jobs like field manager and service technician. Is that a significant shift?
Yeah, it really is. What's going on right now in the world of business, but also in small business, obviously, is the impact that AI is having on our operations, Mike. And, for years, I've been writing and talking about taxes and the economy and public policy and labor issues. And, and I get all of that. But AI is the single biggest issue that is going to be impacting decisions made by small business owners for the next few years. And their hiring plans are going to be indicative of that. The companies out there, Mike, that do a lot of work with their hands, construction companies, design companies, home health care, things like that. That's really going to be, industries that are little affected by AI, at least in the very short term. But a lot of companies that are out there focused on tech and have a lot of office work, they're going to be transformed by AI, and small businesses are going to be changing their hiring practices because of that change.
There are reports a manufacturing revival is underway in this country. Is that because customers are now thinking that it's important to buy American whenever possible and thinking more about where these products are made?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that going on. It's also really being driven by a lot of foreign companies now wanting to resettle back here in the U.S. because it just costs them less to do. And it's not only just a tariff thing, but it's a shipping thing as well. So, the Institute of Supply Management, who I watch very closely, they do a closely watched index of purchasing managers, and they've had for years, like manufacturing has been in a contraction here in the U.S. just for the past 4 months, and that is a trend. It has been expanding in the U.S. More manufacturers are settling along here, and I have clients around the country. I am visiting some small businesses that are now seeing orders and demand from companies, big companies, that they've never seen before because it's making more sense for those big companies to operate here in the U.S. I think the other thing that's going on is the One Big Beautiful bill that passed last year has massive tax benefits, not only for small businesses that are buying capital equipment, but manufacturing companies. And that was only a year ago, less than a year ago, actually. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that kick in. We'll be seeing a lot of expansion and construction by manufacturers in the next couple of years.
If there's indeed a manufacturing rebirth here in this country, does that help a lot of small towns all across this country that have been struggling in recent years as a lot of the stuff went overseas?
Yeah, I mean, how can it not? I mean, what people forget is that big companies and billionaires who, are so portrayed, as evil by some, these are the people that bring jobs. So when larger manufacturing companies relocate or expand their operations in the U.S., again, maybe it's a tariff reason, maybe it's a shipping reason, whatever the reason, there's an indirect impact on so many businesses around there. The guy that runs a pizza shop, mechanics, restaurants, dry cleaners, all the small businesses that support big businesses and their employees and, the people that run those companies. So long answer to a short question, but yeah, when manufacturing moves back here and big companies set up more operations in the U.S., that benefits a lot of people, not just their own employees.
Great point. Gene Marks, thanks so much for your analysis today.
Yeah, Mike, great seeing you. Take care.